Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. And they'll go on the ground. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down. Tailback. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down. On 4th down, here's Brett Kern to punt the football away. He'll send this one into the Midwestern air, and it's a good one. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. They'll set up a throw. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
It's a lot of contact going on there. And in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. They tried the throw on 2nd down. Unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. First carry for Carlos Hyde. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down. And in their own territory, needing only a few inches, they're going to line up to go for this thing on 4th down. It's a quarterback sneak, and he's going to have the 1st down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. They only needed a few inches, but still some anxious moments there, but they do convert on 4th. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Watch it now, Barney, Barney. Over.
They'll run with the backup. This is Williams. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Looking to throw. And this one caught by Travis Kelce. His first catch of this wild card game, and it's good for a first down.
I do believe we'll see a little bit more of this as this game progresses, because when you can have that type of a gain in the middle of the defense, it hurts them in so many ways, because most teams like to be strong down the middle. And if you can sting them there, that opens things up for you on the outside as well.
But that's where their big tight end, is so good, that middle third, the seam routes, the in routes. Yeah, you're right. Probably see more of that.
Yeah, it takes a lot of courage and fortitude to go in the middle as well, and he's got it.
And his throw's going to be incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
So second down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. On second down, Williams. He'll take this from the 40 up to the 45 for a gain of 5.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Leopard! Gone!
Back to throw. And it's complete to Kelsey. His second catch of this wild card game, and it goes for a first down.
I don't believe that this opening drive is surprising to either one of us after the time we spent with the coaching staff and players prior to the game. What about you?
Absolutely. Not only that, but that big article in the paper this morning about their philosophy on starting games like you're shot out of a cannon, and that's what they've done. Very methodical here on this first drive.
Yeah, so many teams talk about that fast start. We're actually seeing it happen right here in front of us.
But now the kicker. Can they cap it off by putting the ball in the end zone? Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked by Kevin Byard. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively. Not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
And on the ground they go with a running back. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play there. Second down.
All runners count on their eyes to find the gaps and creases, to find open space. There's absolutely none on that one. Totally swallowed up on that play.
Now a second down throw for Mariota. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. First down, Titans, gain of 12. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he powers his way up past the 30. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
They keep it on the ground. This time it's Henry. And he'll get this only up to about the 35. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a third down.
Some of these play calls, I think they're a little conservative. Well, you know me, because it's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all the calls and think I'm going to be correct. But I would like to see them open things up because otherwise this defense is going to gang up on the run and shut them down.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. And they'll run it here. Room to run past midfield. And finally taken down at the 44-yard line. Tennessee getting the first down on a big play of 18 yards.
We really didn't have any doubt that he was going to be one of the top-rated rookies coming into the league, especially as a runner. And he's given us no reason to change our minds. That's a big-time run, and the production that he showed us in college is translating very well into the National Football League.
A pair of first downs gives him a 1st and 10 up at the 44. A first down carry for Henry. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
And they'll go with a ground attack here. And he will cross the 30 down to the 29-yard line. Tackle made there by Frank Clark.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 5 yards on the pickup, and it'll be 3rd down.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. You'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
And they'll go on the ground. And he's going to get the first down here as he's taken down at the 22. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Now a handoff looking right. And he'll at least get him inside the red zone here, down to about the 19. Michael Kendricks, the linebacker, there to get him down.
He's had success on this drive, but not on this play.
Finally, they bowed up defensively. I think they were determined not to let him take it pretty much all the way down the field.
Yeah, it looks like they handled their run responsibilities correctly this time. What we call them run fits, everyone was in the right place.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
And, Brandon, every running back wants to use their speed in order to get out in front of things. Sometimes you just have to be patient, let blocks develop. On that play, that didn't happen.
The Titans on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Mariota steps away to his left. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 18. There he goes right side. And he will score. Touchdown, Kansas City.
That was was an interception, but on the field, the guys who are picking it off, they're not saying that. What word are they using? It's Oski. And that means catch the ball and go the other way.
That's your vernacular. I've never heard anybody say Oski.
Ask around. They'll tell you.
Extra point right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This will be taken in at the 1. Spinning past him. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Titans offense now, they work their way back onto the field. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
They'll run it now out of the gun. He takes this for 3 to the 29.
Let's go.
2 minutes to go here in the first half. Back with more AFC playoff action after this timeout. Mariota now on second down. He finds Corey Davis. First catch of this wild card game for a 1,000-yard receiver in the regular season. He's got a first down, too. The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down.
Thus far, it hasn't been a real fun half for them, but a play like that may get them off the schneid a little bit, get them loosened up and moving.
Kind of seems like they've been sleepwalking and still sitting on 0 points.
And it's not always making an adjustment. Sometimes it's just going back to what you know can work and finally getting it done.
And he'll fight his way forward to about the 48-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Titans moving quickly here. They're in the hurry-up. Second down, Mariota. Dancing to his left. And Davis went it left side. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. An 11-yard pickup for the Titans and a first down.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, it was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice first down.
It'll be a 2-yard gain, and it'll bring up a second down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
And they'll go ground game here with the tailback. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. What that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Mariota. Throw taken in by Taylor left side. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. Now a second timeout called for by the defense, as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. So on 4th down, here's the Tennessee field goal unit led by Ryan Suckup. From the left hash, this will be a 52-yard attempt. And Suckup will put this one right through. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
And now here comes Kansas City. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
They start the drive on the ground. It's Williams. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2. They'll hand it off now. Williams. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. So we're at halftime of this AFC wildcard matchup. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, both teams try to avoid being one and done in these playoffs as we start the second half of this AFC wildcard game. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here comes the Chiefs offensive unit as they'll have it to begin quarter number 3. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
The tackle is made by Adoree Jackson. Again, it's Williams across the 30 to the 31-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting third and about 4 to go.
Not a whole lot of room to maneuver there, and I think that's because everyone took care of their responsibilities, filled their gaps, held their place. No place for him to run.
Yeah, looked good. Everything got funneled to the nose tackle. He swallowed him up. Third down, Carlos Hyde. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. 27 yards, a big play there on 4th. A pair of first downs gives them a 1st and 10 up at the 44.
Watch him now, Barney. Over. Watch him now, Barney.
Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And down inside the 40 to about the 38. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you? I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Now back to throw. He can run for it, and he will. 4 yards there as they let him out of the pocket, and he got enough for the 1st.
When they watch film of this game and hand out the grade sheets, he's going to really like getting a double plus on this play. Why? He scrambles and picks up a first down. But what else does he do? Protects himself by sliding and avoiding the big hit. Double plus, big-time play.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now a 10th carry. Here's Williams. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. We'll step aside and get an update when we return to Arrowhead. On 2nd down, Hyde trucks over it. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. That one good for 12 yards into Kansas City first.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard.
Hurry up, here we go.
They run again with Hyde on first. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. The defensive end, Cameron Wake, brings him down.
Cameron Wake makes plays like that look simple because I think he plays with excellent leverage. Really does a nice job of being lower than the offensive guys trying to block him, and gets underneath them and goes up and down the line of scrimmage to make those types of plays.
And kept him to a short run play there. They'll look to throw here. And that's caught. It's Kelsey. Touchdown, Kansas City. Travis Kelsey, an 11-yard touchdown. And the Chiefs are able to grow their lead. A good, sustained drive there in this third quarter, capping it off with a touchdown to give them a nice two-score advantage.
It was actually a fun one to watch, wasn't it? I mean, for me, seeing the mix of what they did, how they moved the ball downfield, very sharp, too. Each and every play seemed to be executed with great dispatch.
This is taken at the 3. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. The Titans offense gears up for their first possession of the second half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. Mariota to throw it. He will find Davis on the left side, complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 13 yards is the pickup for Tennessee and a first down.
Doesn't matter whether it's a zone coverage or man coverage, the drag route can be effective when it's run well.
To throw is Mariota, eluding the pressure right. And he fires one incomplete. Tajay Sharp, the intended target. That'll bring up second down. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. An 11-yard pickup for the Titans and a first down. Mariota now to throw on first down. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Taylor. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. A gain of 6 there on first.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
At 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue. On first and 10, here's Mariota. Flush to his right. And he's taken down. A Chiefs sack. Michael Kendricks able to get in there and drop him for a 2-yard loss.
No doubt that's a very good play defensively right there, because you've always got to be aware that he can take off and make a big play with his legs. How about the way they were able to contain him? That also tells me the coverage was excellent downfield.
And he'll go down at the 28. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go, because he might wander into some tough coverage.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. On third down, Mariota. And the third down pass falls incomplete.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
And Suckup will put this one right through. And a second field goal here cuts their deficit to 14-6 now. So a decent drive there to start the third quarter. They only salvaged 3 out of it, but they inch a bit closer.
Yeah, but still lots of time to go in this one. That's why you hear that clapping on the sidelines, right? Hey, got some points. As you said, inching their way back in. Time left to go out and get that victory.
The Chiefs offense now making their way back onto the field. And that last drive was very, very balanced, pretty methodical. You think they go that route again?
I'm always of the school that until they stop me from doing something, I'm going to continue. And I think that that's exactly what they'll look to do. But the beauty is the balance that they've created sets up opportunities for big plays. Looks like a run, turn into a play action, and throw one deep.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
An opportunity to get a drive started here at the end of the third quarter. What you're trying to do is break the game down a little bit. Don't let your guys see too deep into the game, into the future, and say, oh, we got to get here. No, right here, right in front of them, melt the clock down, get to the fourth quarter, try and keep going.
And try to keep that lead.
Exactly.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a second and 5.
Lucky 56. Lucky 56. Hot. No. Check. Patriot. Detroit. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Hot.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Going up top. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. And they're going to have this all the way down deep into Tennessee territory. A big play there for KC. 59 yards. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. First down, a run with Hyde. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. They run it again with Hyde. And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. It's a loss of 4. Now third down.
And this is why the head coach gets paid the big bucks. Look at where they are in this situation, partner. Do you throw the ball here in a long-distance situation? Do you run it again and trust your defense and make sure you take care of the ball and punt it away? What kind of options do you have here, and what do you trust more on your team?
Yeah, they may have just pushed him back into that throwing situation. We'll see. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a fourth down. So on fourth down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. And the kick by Butker is good. And that will extend their lead here to 17-6. A big one there. That gives them a little cushion and makes it a two-score game.
Yeah, bled a little time off the clock, put some points on the board. It's not totally out of reach yet, but it has to feel pretty good to them right now because as a defender, you go out on the field and say, guess what? You can put some points on the board, but that won't beat us.
And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. And tough to win games if you're going field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. And on the ground they go with a running back. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and it'll be second and very short.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
One. Everyone's got four down.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Only a gain of a yard there, but it indeed gets them a new set of downs. Now, yes, a two-possession game, but a good chunk of time on the clock, so they have the ability still there to run it on second and short, but maybe they need to pick it up a bit.
You're right. They did pick up the first down there, but they, as you mentioned, they have to pick up the pace now because it's a two-possession game. They've got to get there twice to make sure they have a chance to win.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Looking for an opening, not much there. He'll get it to the 39. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And this will set them up nicely deep down in KC territory. A big play there on the catch and run. 52 yards. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Here's Mariota. Being chased out left. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard. Second and goal from the 1. Now here's a defensive timeout called by the Chiefs. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal. They'll sneak it with Mariota. And he gets in. Touchdown, Tennessee. Marcus Mariota scoring on the sneak from a yard out. And the Titans have made this a 1-score game. So a big 2-point conversion attempt forthcoming for the Titans. They'll try and run it up the middle, but he will not get in here. He's stopped up short of the goal line, and this will remain a 5-point game. So they got one of the 2 touchdowns they needed. Now for the onside kick. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And they've got it. They recovered it. Wait, hang on now, though. There's a penalty flag down. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he only manages a couple here down to about the 38-yard line. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all three still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on second down.
Watch him now, Barney. All right, here we go. 3.
The former Purdue Boilermaker, Raheem Mostert. Even with the good footwork, he'll be stopped just inside the 35-yard line. Rashaan Evans out of Alabama had the tackle defensively. As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3. Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. Now, this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here.
Back 99 Philly, here we go.
He'll look to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Cameron Wake whistles now in a timeout. So defensively, they burn it here with 1:51 left. Able to track him down for a loss of 13. And it'll bring up 4th down. Here's Marquette King now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. Back to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Titans moving quickly here. They're in the hurry up.
So if we recount real quick, he had the touchdown earlier, and now he comes up with the sack here. No doubt about it, he's having himself a game.
He'll look to throw. Flushed out right. Throw left side complete. That's Davis. And down he'll go at the 25. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
All right, let's just put it on the table real quick here. This is 2-minute drill. You got to know they're looking for their #1 receiver.
Yeah, you think they'd be ready for that? That time they weren't. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down. Counting down toward a minute to go in this football game. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Game on the line, season on the line. They're going for it here on 4th down. They'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And as a result, their playoff run may end right here. Now the Chiefs offense, they get ready to head on the field. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal